Close your eyes. Let your body sink a little deeper into wherever you are resting right now. There is nothing you need to do tonight. Nothing to solve, nothing to plan, nothing to remember. For the next little while, your only task is to breathe and to listen. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently, just for a moment, and release. Good. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your hands rest open, easy, heavy. I'm going to take you somewhere tonight. Somewhere green and cool and full of the sound of rain. Imagine you are walking along a narrow dirt path. The earth beneath your feet is soft, packed down by years of footsteps and soaked through with yesterday's rain. With every step, you feel a slight give, a gentle pressure underfoot, like the ground itself is welcoming you. On either side of the path, the trees rise tall. These are ancient trees, their trunks wide and dark and draped in soft green moss. Their roots push up through the soil in great curved arches, like the fingers of sleeping giants. Ferns grow between them, broad-leafed and low, still holding small beads of water from the last shower. Above you, the canopy is thick, so thick that the sky is barely visible, just occasional glimpses of gray-white light filtering down through layers and layers of leaves. Everything here is a shade of green: emerald, jade, sage, olive. Thousands of greens, layered on top of one another, shifting softly in the slow breath of the forest. And then you hear it. Rain. Not the sharp, driving rain of a storm, but a gentle, generous rain. It falls on the canopy high above you, and by the time it reaches you, it has slowed. It arrives as a soft mist, cool against your face and arms, carrying the smell of wet bark, of soil, of something ancient and alive. You stop walking. You close your eyes. Inside this story, you close your eyes, and you just listen. The rain on leaves sounds like 1,000 tiny whispers, like the forest is breathing, like it has been breathing this way for a very long time and will continue long after this evening is done. You breathe with it, in and out, in and out. A little further down the path, the trees thin slightly, and you step into a small clearing. It is not entirely open. The canopy still shelters much of it, but here the ferns give way to low, soft grass, impossibly green, and in the center of the clearing sits a small stone cottage. It is a modest building. The stones are gray and smooth, worn down by many seasons. Ivy grows up one side, dark and thick, with small yellow leaves trembling in the rain. There is a single window, warm with amber light, glowing like a lantern in the gray-green dusk of the forest. The door is old wood, dark with weathering, fitted with a simple iron handle. As you approach, you notice a thin thread of smoke rising from the chimney, pale gray against the pale sky, carrying the smell of wood smoke and something herbal, something warm. You push open the door. The cottage inside is small and still. One room, simply furnished. A low wooden table near the window. A wide armchair, deep and worn, its fabric the color of dark red wine. A bookshelf along one wall, its shelves crowded with books of all sizes, some upright, some leaning, some lying flat with other smaller books stacked on top. And at the center of the far wall, a fireplace. A real fire, burning low and steady. Not the crackle and roar of a new fire, but the deep, settled glow of a fire that has been burning for hours. Orange and amber and deep red. The heat reaches you gently from across the room. You sit down in the armchair. It holds you the way a good chair does. Not stiff, not too soft, but just right. Your back relaxes against it. Your legs grow heavy. Your arms rest along the padded arms of the chair, and you feel something in you settle. Outside, the rain continues. You can hear it now on the roof, a steady, rhythmic sound, like a song without words. It fills the cottage, fills the air, fills your thoughts, slowly, gently, the way warm water fills a bath. There is a sound from somewhere deeper in the cottage, behind a low wooden door you hadn't noticed. Soft footsteps, the sound of something being set down carefully. The door opens slowly, and a figure steps through. She is old, or at least old in the way the forest is old, not fragile, but enduring. Her hair is white and loosely braided. Her face is kind, deeply lined, unhurried. She wears a simple dark green robe and carries 2 large clay mugs in her hands, steam rising from each. She does not seem surprised to see you. She simply nods, a small, warm nod, and sets one of the mugs on the table beside you. Then she settles into a low wooden chair across the fire, wrapping both hands around her own mug, and looks into the flames. You pick up the mug. It is warm in your hands, just the right warmth, spreading through your palms, your fingers. You lift it and breathe in the steam. It smells of something familiar you cannot quite name. Something like chamomile and cedar, like damp earth and honey. You take a slow sip. It is warm all the way down. The old woman speaks. Her voice is low and even, the kind of voice that does not demand your attention, that simply holds it. The forest is speaking tonight, she says. It does that when it rains. If you listen closely, you can hear every part of it talking to every other part. You listen. The rain on the roof, the hiss and tick of the fire. Somewhere, far away, a low roll of thunder, so distant it barely registers a sound, more of a feeling in your chest. The creak of a branch in the wind, the drip of water from the eaves into a small pool below the window. I have lived here for a very long time, she says, long enough to know that this, rain, fire, warmth, a chair, a cup of something warm, this is what rest really is. Not the absence of the world, just the world at a gentler pace. You feel your eyes grow heavy, not in a troubling way, in the way that feels like a gift. The fire settles lower. The old woman says nothing more. She simply sits and breathes and watches the flames with the patience of someone who has watched many fires burn down to embers. Outside, the rain has deepened now. It is fuller now, heavier, a rich, unbroken curtain of sound that wraps around the cottage from all sides. You can hear it in the trees, in the soft rustling of thousands of leaves, bending and releasing under its weight. You set your empty mug down softly on the table. Your hands fall back to the arms of the chair. Your fingers uncurl. The warmth from the fire moves through the room like something slow and golden. It reaches your feet first, then your legs, then moves up through your body in a wave so gradual you almost don't notice it, only feel yourself growing softer, heavier, more still. You think of nothing in particular. Images may drift through your mind, loose and unhurried, like leaves on the surface of water. Let them come, let them go. You do not need to follow any of them. The forest outside breathes. The rain falls. The fire glows. The old woman has set her mug down too. Her eyes are nearly closed. She breathes slowly and deeply, at the same pace as the forest, as the rain, as you. Perhaps you get up after a long while and move toward the low bed you notice now in the corner of the room, tucked under a small window where the rain runs in long rivulets down the glass. The bed is simple, a thick quilt, dark blue, soft from many years of washing, a pillow, cool on one side when you press your cheek against it. You lie down. Through the window above you, the forest is just visible in the fading light, the silhouettes of trees, dark against the gray sky, leaves trembling with rain, the whole forest swaying, barely perceptibly, in a rhythm older than anything you know. The rain on the glass is very close now, a gentle, steady sound, tap, tap, tap. Each drop lands and runs, lands and runs. The sound is continuous, unbroken, endlessly patient. It does not rush. It does not worry. It falls because that is what it does. It has been falling on this forest for thousands of years, and the forest has been receiving it, and between them there is a kind of trust, ancient and simple and completely unconditional. You breathe in. You breathe out. The quilt is warm. The pillow is soft. The fire in the other room still glows, sending faint amber light beneath the door, a soft and steady pulse. You are safe here. You are completely, entirely safe. Let the sound of the rain carry you now. You don't need to hold on to anything. Not a thought, not a worry, not this story. Just the rain, falling on the leaves, the warmth of the fire in the next room, and the soft weight of rest settling over you like the quilt, like the dark, like the quiet, at the end of a long, gentle day.